We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Corey, and then we'll go to questions in the room.
I thought, first of all, Scott Ruick is an elite coach, and he does a great job. I thought Reagan Beers was just such a handful. Credit to her. She did it on rebounding. She did it in the post. She stepped out and hit jump shots and pressurized manners. And I just give a lot of credit. Oregon State's a really good team. And I think that they've proved that over and over again. So credit to them. And I said to our team in the locker room, look, when you play in the best conference in the country, you're going to have things exposed. You're going to have bad habits exposed. So what do you do with that? And do you let it refine you? Do you let it bring out new things in you? And you're like, good, I needed that. And how do I respond? The one really good thing about what we did today is we responded. And it was not our best game, not our best execution of the scouting report, but we found a way to respond, especially in the last few minutes when they cut it to 6. I just thought our maturity was really good. And then I think our guard play, I think the three of them, Charisma, Kiki, and London, it was their best complete game, most complete game on both ends of the court, and they're the reason we came out on top.
Coach, it felt like a really physical game.
Yeah.
I think you talked about it 2 days ago with just the physicality of this team. What did you think of sort of the response by your players to some of the difficulties inside, just physical game?
It was a really physical game. I just have to be careful, right, how I respond to that. But I like it. If you let it go be physical both ways and there's consistency in that, I think that's great. That's our job, is to be tough and to adjust to however the game is going to be called. And referees are human beings. And if they're going to allow it to be physical on both sides, I think that's great. I just think we were trying to attack the basket and they were trying to attack the basket. And this is the way the NCAA tournament's going to get played. So I don't have any issue with that. And I think I made my feelings known throughout the game.
And then for both players, it feels like in the last game and this one, sort of the press for you guys defensively seems to almost pick up at the end of the game, even if you're up double digits. Who maybe in the huddle is leading that charge to keep the pressure up, even if you might be up 10, 12 points with 2 minutes left?
I think that has been a big emphasis in practice this week, just pressing the entire time throughout the whole game. It's what we've been supposed to be doing this season, but I think sometimes at the end we've been kind of lagging off on that and not as focused on just our pressure and doing it throughout the whole game. So we've been reminding each other in the huddles, and I think it's been a great group effort.
Coach, you mentioned the maturity of this team and how obviously important it will be when you guys go through Pac-12. Who do you guys look for in those moments, especially, for example, in the second half when they cut down that lead to 5?
Yeah, it's Cameron Brown and Charisma, period. I before I'm ever into the huddle, Cam's saying the right thing. And, I remember her, I can't remember at which point, but there was a timeout and she was going to each person. I need to see your reset, right? I mean, that's a big thing for us, is things happen and you have to execute your reset routine and get yourself back to neutral, able to execute your next right step. And Cam's the one leading that. But, Charisma's been so steady. And, she has just come into every game with a composure about her. And I thought her offensive pull-up game was elite, especially to start out the game. I thought we could have probably screened for her better in the second half to get her a few more of those opportunities. Bad coaching. But her steadiness and her leadership has been absolutely spectacular.
Charisma, Coach was just talking about how games like this kind of expose things that you guys need to learn. So what did you guys kind of learn from this game so far?
I think just executing the scouting report defensively. I think we had a lot of little mental lapses that we can take care of, easy things like that, and just being able to execute and finish when things get hard. But I think the team did a great job of staying together and being able to pull out the win.
And I think who brought up the press, I think Gavin, I got to give, obviously our guards take a lion's share work of that, but there were really key plays from our posts in the full court press. Lena Angela, getting their hands on things in the backcourt. And we need everybody. I think that our guards have to do a lot of the hard work, but I really want to give credit to Lena and Angela specifically, and Christine Iwala coming in and making some big plays in our 55 press. And, you know, those things do not go unnoticed or unappreciated. And I think sometimes we don't make as big a deal as how versatile and how just, you know, determined our forwards are to help in the press situation.
Charisma, is there a tell that you look for with ball handlers when you're trying to guess when to go in for a pickpocket or to cut into the passing lanes?
Can't give away your secrets.
No, my coaches don't like me to reach, but sometimes I just do it because I feel like it's open. But I think I'm just locked into like which way the guard wants to go, or just trying to be active on defense.
For coach or players, Oregon State had a close matchup against USC on Friday. Beers was really limited in there. What was your game plan against her and the other sort of height that Oregon State brought to the table with Lauren limited inside too?
Yeah, I think that, you know, the reality is Lauren and Reagan are gonna, you know, they're both really good players, and it wasn't Lauren's best night, and they both of us wanted to go. We didn't want to give up threes, so if they were gonna beat each other up and trade 2 for 2, we were gonna do that, but we weren't gonna let them. We weren't gonna double and let them go inside out to the 3-point line. That was a big part of our game plan, is that we wanted to make them make hard twos. I think the tricky part was we were sending them to the free throw line so much, you know, and especially with the way we were rebounding. So, you know, I think that we were willing to live with hard twos. I still think we could have executed our game plan better about making her touches a little harder. And if she was going to get deep, we needed to get around in front, and we never really did that. But I'd rather battle with hard twos than give up inside out threes.
And then one more, with Emily out for the season, besides in the press, what have you seen from your front court in embracing those minutes? You know,
Yeah.
Lena, Angela, Christine.
Well, I mean, Lena, Angela, and Christine have really stepped up on many fronts, but I'm not really surprised at that. I thought they were all going to play really big roles for us in different ways, and you know, the work ethic of this team is one of the best I've had in 31 years. And, you know, I just knew that if they got repetitions, they were going to continue to step up every single day before and after practice. They're getting after that. And those increased roles are not given. They're earned. And they earn them by their improvement and their willingness to be coached hard. And, you know, they're not perfect. And I really miss Emily. I was texting with her this morning. You know, I'm really excited to get her back as just part of our family. But I know that she would want nothing else than to have those kids step up in a major way, and they are.
First, Charisma, are you battling something? Sounds like you had a cough or something going on.
I don't know. I think I'm just tired. Yeah.
Okay. The other one, just for both you and Kiki, just how you guys have, you know, handled the season, the high ranking, being undefeated, you know, how you responded after the win over SC. I mean, it just seems like you guys, you know, are handling all of the expectation and pressure that comes with all of that well. But your thoughts?
Yeah, I think wait, was that for you?
Both.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think the team is just doing a good job of staying focused on us and not really the expectations of other people. And obviously we have really high standards for ourselves as well, but I think the main thing is just focusing on us and how we can improve every week.
Yeah, I would say the same. I think our focus hasn't been on, like, you know, our long-term goals. It's been on just taking game by game, practice by practice, getting better each week. And I think we've done a great job of not, you know, not losing sight of the goal of each day. And I think we've done a good job just focusing in on that.
Coach, what do you think was the difference between the two halves when you kind of were pressing full court in the first half and then kind of scaling it back, but also having half-court pressure? What do you think those two types of defenses, like, showed in terms of differences to Oregon State?
I just think it really wasn't a difference of game plan. It was more just executing the game plan. And we knew exactly what they were going to run, and we still made some errors in our switching against some of the things that when Gardner got those 2 threes, we knew they were going to come off of Horn's flare or the arc screen, and we still didn't execute them correctly, you know. But I think the reality is, Oregon State is an incredibly good half-court execution team. They want to be able to control who gets the ball, when they get the ball. They want to be able to run their sets. And the response for us is we want to help really pressure and help our team really take them out of those things. And so denying reversal passes so that they're not able to get the high-low look, or making them think about giving so much energy to get the ball down the court that they're not as easy to run their sets that get clean catches for Beers. And so it's just a contrast of styles, and I still thought it was our least consistent game of executing how we wanted to play, but our energy and our pressure made up for some of the mental errors that we had.
Were there certain specific examples where you felt like you did execute on that defensive game plan?
Sure, a lot in the second half where we really tried to make their guards attack and we didn't over-rotate. A few times the first half we were over-rotating. We either gave up dump passes to Beers or kick out threes. And we did a much better job saying, guards, you're going to have to guard one-on-one and you're going to have to try to contest without fouling on hard twos. That's an example, for instance.
And just one for Kiki. Scoring contributions from 9 Bruins today, and then when you had less points in the paint as well, how have you developed into your role as a facilitator in the non-conference slate now that we started conference play?
Yeah, I think my teammates really make it easy for me to do that. Everyone gets open, we communicate, we talk. I think it's so important and so helpful that we have so many people who can score at like all 3 levels, so it really helps just space the floor and make those passing reads easy.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you, guys.